Now, when you take the MetaTrader platform like this, that's the chart. I want to start from the point where you need to enter a trade. Okay. So this is the button you click to enter a trade. This button. You click that button to enter a trade. Then you use this machine F sign to add indicators to the chart. This is a crosshair. Then this is the menu. Please, if you are following and you are not getting it, let me know. So I don't know how I can make it for you to get it, but you need to get this thing once and for all. All right. And then if you want to change currencies, you click on the dollar sign with the rotation or anti-clockwise rotation. All right. Let me clear again. Now, beneath the chart, this is where you see the quote. This is highlighted, and that's the chart. Existing trade, you see it here. Then the history of the trade, you see it here. And the last one is messages. Very important, simple as that. Then this is where you see the prices of the chart or of the market. Okay. This is where you see the price. Okay. Now, let's continue. I hope you are following. Let's leave the annotation. Now, I zoom out by using my two hands or double finger to stretch chart. So how big you want the candlestick, you can zoom it that way. But it's also recommended that you zoom it in so it can enable you see direction of the market, market structure, market formation as well. Okay. So I want to start from history. History is where you will see trades that you picked. So yesterday, I picked this trade around 7:32 Ghana time. Yes, 7:32 Ghana time. And then 7:32. Let me see. Right, it's 23:46. That's 11:46 GMT. Sorry about that. That was when I took the trade. And I closed it 7:32. All right. Now, these are a few things you can see. You see profit, deposit, swap, commission, and balance. Now, profit is the total amount of money I made from the trade. And then swap is charged because I held the trade, market closed, and open. I held the trade, market closed, and open. So they charge me swap. In currency, it is when in the asset you are trading, the interest rate is adjusted, then you pay that difference in interest rate. So the first trade I took, I paid a swap of 9.05. And then the second one, I paid a swap of 4.53. Now, what happened is that the swap is in total of 13.58. So it will be subtracted from the profit I made. And then the balance is the net profit I made at the end of the day. That is what history shows you. Then on top, yeah, you can also see customization or breakdowns of your history. Okay, so let's say I click on it last week. You can break it down to last month, and you see the trades you took, the ones that didn't go well, the ones that went well, and all those stuffs. Okay, so that is the aspect of history. We are done with history. Now let's come back to the chart. I'm assuming that a signal is given to me and I want to take a trade. That's an assumption. So I'm taking a sell trade. So what do? I move my pointer to this point. Why I'm circling, sorry. Yeah. So when I click there, it opens a new order for me. What are the important things to note here? The first thing is, what type of execution are you doing? Market execution means you just want to enter the trade with market price. But we also have other types of markets or how to enter the market. You have the buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop, buy stop limit, and sell stop limit. In most cases, we are going to deal with the top four: buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. That's what we deal with. Now, how do you see that? You click here. That's where you click to see that. Okay. Now, the next important thing is this section. That is the lot size setting area. The next important thing is Excel, where you put your stop loss. The next one is the TP, where you put the take profit. These two are very important because whenever you are making decisions in the market, you should be able to know when you want market to stop in case market is not going in your favor. As a professional trader, you need to know your exit point before entering the trade. That is why you need to know when you are taking profit from the trade, right? And the last important thing are the action you are taking. Are you selling or you are buying? Simple. Are you selling or you are buying? Finish. That's all the things you do here. Right. Let me ask if I want to buy this this asset. Now, the point where you need time frame, it's all about where did you see the market coming from? Where do you see the market going to? That's the point where we need time frame. Okay. Now you don't need time frame when I just give you a signal. But when I give you time frame, it only means that within that period of time, like you need that period or time frame to be able to backtest your signal or to validate the signal that what I am showing you or what I give you based on your backtesting, it is a good signal or it's a bad signal. That's when you need a time frame. You can be on any time frame and pick the trade. You can be on daily time frame. You can be on weekly time frame. Now, for you to see that round thing on the chart, you just touch the chart. Simple. Okay. So don't go looking for time frame before you execute the trade, especially if the source of the signal you believe in. But if you don't believe the source of the signal, then you need to go to that time frame to see why they are giving a buy. What are the market conditions that led them decide to give a buy signal, right? What are the confluences? What's the nature of the market? So you don't just enter the signal like that, all right? So in most cases, when I give a signal, we are looking at a 1 hour time frame for entries. And listen very carefully. I'm saying that 1 hour time frame for entries, 15-minute time frame for entries. For validation of setup and confirmation, we are looking at 4 hour in daily time frame. That means I use the 4 hour time frame to make decision or do the analysis in the market to confirm the direction of the market, to know where market is going, to know where market is coming from. The fact that it's actually going to make the decision that I am telling you to do. I use daily time frame and 4 hour time frame to make that decision. Then on execution, 1 hour 15-minute time frame is what you should look at. All right. Now, why do you look at that? You only look at that to get probably the right entry to enter the trade. For instance, when I took this trade yesterday, I made a decision on the 1 hour time, a 4 hour time frame, and 1 hour time frame. But on the 15-minute time frame, it actually pulling back. It has to do a reversal before it push up. All right. So when you do the reversal and pushing up, that was when I added a layer. I added a layer. That's the one lot size trade you took. I had a layer, and then it now move with it. Okay. So it means that if I were to be looking at the 15-minute time frame, the smaller time frame at that moment, I would have wait for the pullback to finish before I enter the trade, which means that I wouldn't see the negative I saw before seeing profit. Right. So that's the point you should also understand. Sorry about that. Okay. So we want to take a trade now. Let's look at 15-minute time frame. This is just for practical purposes. So based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to enter a sell, right? So I'm just going to enter a short sell. I'll put my stop loss at 15,668. Okay. So those of you who have the volatility, you can try it 515668 Excel. Then my TP will be 15444 in my TP. Okay, so let's now practice it. So what do I do? I click on the order button. Let me circle it again for you. This is the order button. Okay, I click on it. What loss side do I want to use? I highlight it. I want to use a low risk, 0.2. Okay. What's my take profit and my stop loss? My stop loss is 15668. My take profit is 15444. What am I doing? I am selling. Okay. When I click on buy, it will not go through because the values interchange position. Right. So I enter a sell. This is what you see. Order has been placed. And then that is how it is. So the first thing you always see when you enter a trade is a negative, especially that is going to be based on the spread. Okay. After the spread, if market is going your direction, you see profit. After the spread, when market is going direction, you see profit. Simple as ABC, right? So how do we close this trade? Okay, how do we close this trade? Now, when you enter the trade and you want to see details of the trade, what you have to do is you can just tap the chart, the trade, and it gives you the breakdown. I just touch it, and you can see the breakdown, the time of the trade, the date of the trade, the stop loss, the TP, and the transaction number. Okay, simple. Then let's also assume you enter the trade before you want to set your stop loss and the take profit. Okay. At that point, you press and hold the trade, and then you just go to modify position. This is it. You come to modify position. You want to add an order to it. Let's say you want to. Sorry about that. Network is kicking in and out, but we're managing. All right. Now you enter the trade, and at the same time, market is not going as expected. What you can do is that you can click on chart to actually see what's happening after you enter the trade. Okay, so let's look at all of them. When you close the trade, you click on close position. Simple as that. Right. Okay, now you can see movement of price. Market goes into profit, it comes to stop loss. It comes into negative, goes into profit, comes to negative, goes into profit, comes to negative. At the end of the day, something is changing, but something is remaining the same. You will see that the equity is moving, but the balance remains the same. Equity remains the same. Balance remains balance remains the same. Equity is moving. Okay. So if I accept the $3 loss, then what happens is that the negative will now be subtracted from my account. And the balance will be the loss minus the negative. When I accept the profit, it means that the profit will be added to my equity and the balance will be the same. Like it will be added. Then after the market closed, you see the balance and the equity in the same value, right? So those are few things you should know. You should also look at margin. I hope and pray that none of you become gamblers, where you enter a trade and go into a negative margin. Negative margin is that your equity, that let me see, let me put it this way. The room pre-created for you to trade with your equity, you overused it. That's when margin plays out. I believe we are following. Let's look in the chat box. Let me be sure that practically you are following. Now let's continue. This is the trade. You can now see stop loss above and see take profit below. Okay. When we sell, we expect market to come down. So stop loss is above. Take profit is below. Simple as that. When we buy, we expect market to go above. So what happened? Take profit is above and the stop loss is below. These are basic things you should just put in mind when you're taking a trade. All right, so I did not do technical analysis before taking this trade. I only do this trade for practical purpose and you being able to know how to trade. Now let's look at the next point. How to use crosshair, right? So I just have to click on this button. Watch how it was. Okay. I use words because we are going to correct. Don't worry about the English language. So I click on it. And you've seen that it's changed from the normal direct plus to narrow type, like an anchor type, right? Which means that the crosshair is activated. So nothing I click will work. The only thing that can work is me moving and the crosshair will be moving together with me. What is the purpose of this? The purpose is this. I wanted to know how market behaved at a certain point. Please do not unmute your mic so you distract others. Okay. So if you want to use it, unfortunately, you can't see my screen when how I do my hand, but you touch the chart and then release the other one just for you to do your calculations. Can you use it to calculate the number of candles, how market behave within a certain period, the price range. So at this point, we are looking at the price range between 15831.39 and 15262.31. How do markets operate there? What is the peak value? And how many candles did we see? The point value, and so on and so forth. That's just the way to use the crosshair. Just helps you to map up your chart as well. Very simple. Okay. Now, when you enter trade, these are the genesis of it. It will be going up and down like that until finally it takes the direction to go. Yes. But this trade currently it has a key level. So it will do small consolidation. Or if it is going to be a correction trade, it will be a correction trade. Currently it's an uptrend, right? Another thing we learned that people could have problems is how to use the shape tools. Okay, how to use the shape tools? Why should you use the shape tool, right? I want to see if I can tell my phone landscape. Phone did not turn it into now I can turn the landscape. So my phone is now on landscape. This is how you see your chart probably with PC. Okay. Now, what do we use shape tools for? Observe. Very, very well. So now when you turn the phone landscape, few things change direction or change position, sorry. When you touch the screen, the time frame comes to the left, and then the other buttons come to the right. Starting with the order button, settings, changing of the currency, adding indicators, and you see the shape tool, you see the crosshair, see the bar chart, see the candle chart, then you see the line chart. So when we touch it, whatever appears in the round button when the phone is on the portrait format is integrated. Mostly things we see is the time frame, which is here on the left hand side here, right? Then we want to go into it. So now let's take the shape tool. We want to initiate the shape tool and use some of them. Which one should I use first? I want to use the one we call diagonal tool, or many people will say trend line. Okay, that's my notation. So let me I can't find my annotation, so let me say it. The first one is an arrow. The second one is the dotted with F. That's called Fibonacci. When we get to the point of using Fibonacci, that's the button you will use for the Fibonacci. The third one is the square. You can use it to draw zones, demand and supplies as well. The next one, we use it to draw periods. The other one slanted, we use it to draw diagonal lines, trend lines, channels, trends. Yeah. So it's also dynamic support and resistance at the same time. Sorry, diagonal support and resistance. And the sleeping one, we use it to draw support and resistance as well. Okay. So we want to start with the diagonal. But before then, let's look at the positive, the plus. Whatever you want to draw, and you can't find it here, you click on the plus. You have the vertical line, horizontal line, trend by angle, cycle line, arrow line, equidistance channel, STD developer channel, regression channel, Andrews pitchfork, Gann line, Gann fan, Gann grid, Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci time zone, Fibonacci fan, Fibonacci arc, Fibonacci channel, Fibonacci expansion, Elliott wave, Elliott motion wave, Elliott correction wave. Then you have the rectangle, triangle, and eclipse. Okay? Whichever one you want to use, you find it there. Good. Let's go back. Want to use the diagonal. Right. Now, what is the purpose? Before you click it, you should know what do you need it for. Right? So this tool is to draw a trend line. So we want to find out current structure of the market. Can we connect some highs? Can we connect some lows? Okay. So we can connect some highs. Right. So let me just point it down. You can connect these three highs, or we connect these three highs, these two highs. Okay. We call it trend line. Simple. Then this same thing can push out to the top, to somewhere into the V100 index M15 there. Okay. Now, when you draw it, see that it has two edges, three buttons or three dots on it. If you did not remove the button or the dot, it will be movable. So what we do is that you just touch it again, and the dot is gone. So as the dot is gone, you can change the time frame. It will be there. 4 hours. It's very small there. Basically, that's all about. If it's getting simpler and simple. Go back to 15-minute time frame. Come back. 5-minute time frame. Yes, we can't see it go, but it's there. Okay. So basically, that is what you do. The trade is going and it will hit stop loss very soon. So I did not set it outside the region and technical. Now, somebody will say, now I don't want to turn my phone landscape, but I want to use a portrait to do whatever I want to do. So we are going back to the portrait. Now, I believe we can see some different here. Ideally, we may say that it's advisable to use laptop to trade. Yeah, we may say so. But you can now see a big difference when the trade is on a landscape. But as far as the landscape is available, you could also use the landscape to do some analysis, because it helps you see a full nature of the market. And then you can go to draw some of the lines, right? Simple. So I want to draw maybe a support or a resistance line to see, to identify market movement. So you can see that before you can actually spot, you have to scroll. Okay. But as you are scrolling, market is moving, price is not the same. You can see price is not the same on the right hand side. 20, but we were actually at somewhere 15. Okay. So please don't hesitate to turn the phone landscape so you can be able to do whatever you want. Now let's draw other ones. Let's put it on wherever you want to put it. You can also drag it to best fit your drawing. Simple as that. Now for now, you may just draw, but I will let you know the purposes along the line. And then we also have this where you can use it to draw maybe a zone or support and resistance. I will let you know what a zone means, how they work, or demand and supply as well. Okay. We also have Fibonacci. So the Fibonacci is also a tool You also use it to know retracement and reversal of the market as well. Let's say market start moving from here and stop here or make a pullback. How do you know if the pullback ends? Right? How do you know if it is just a correction? How do you know if the trend is keep going up? These are things that you use the shape tools for. What are we looking for in the market? The only thing we are looking for in the market is where is market going? Is it coming down or is going up? Okay, so beautifully, the stop loss has been hit nicely, which means that market is changing directions against you. So you told the broker to close the trade in that amount for you. All right. So let's check how much is gone. So we lose $13.20. But let's assume I made a profit of 1,811. And then this trade hit stop loss of $18. Sorry, $13. I won't cry. Why? The stop losses are part of the game. All right, so bear that in mind. Okay. Now we've seen it all. Let's ask question so we get to understand everything. Oh, yeah, sorry. Indicators. How do you add indicators? I will teach you some useful indicators and how to apply them. So we have the F here. Click on the F. We have the main chart. Click on the F plus here. That's add. What type of indicator are you adding? Are you adding the trend indicators? Are you adding the oscillators? Are you adding volumes? Or you are adding B. Williams? Let's say we are adding moving average. Just set the parameters for the moving average. For instance, one of my moving average is 50. Okay. The shift is 0. The method determines the type of moving average you are using. This simple moving average, exponential moving average, smooth moving average, or linear weighted moving average. What I'm picking is exponential. Now I'm applying it to how the candle or the period closes. I'm giving it a color. You must have a color code when you are using indicators, so you can be able to know the difference. In my class, my color code to all my students is the 50 moving average. We use purple. That is our color. So it's added. You now see a line. I'll tell you what it does. As far as that line is concerned, you can trade without stress. Okay. I have another one we use as well. Is Nazo on the call? I think this part explains one of your problems you sent to my PA this morning. So you add again. 200 is my next moving average as well. The color we use is white on black background. Those using white background, then you're going to use black. Okay. Right. So as these two moving averages are in concern, there is a sweet thing we call golden cross that happened here. Don't worry. When we are getting to strategies I use to trade, you will understand all these things. Then you come and tell me that, oh, Mark, forex trading is not really and truthfully difficult. It is as simple as ABC. Okay. So this is little way to navigate the MetaTrader platform. Okay. Please ask questions. Now I'm here. I annotate the points to you. Ask questions to break it down. So we solve this problem once and for all. Thank you so much for your time. I wish these 12 people would have been consistent for 1 year with me so they can make money. I know some people will drop along the line before I'll pick my top people I want to go far with. Right? Thank you.